Hi all, welcome back to the Infinite Lifetime Sutra. I'm your host Angelina. So today we are continuing with file number 21. Yesterday we completed number 20. Oh, it's raining outside. Okay, so let me read. 我做佛时, when I become a Buddha, 十方众生, all the beings in 10 directions, 闻我名号. Okay, when they hear my name, 心念我国, they will think about my country, my land. 发菩提心，坚固不退. They will have this desire to become a Buddha, and they will be persistent. Okay? 智折众得本，至心回向. They will put all their efforts, their merits, 欲生极乐. Okay? They will dedicate all merits to come to Pure Land. 无不随者，若有数恶，闻我名字，即自悔过，为道作善. Okay, those who hear my name, we will decide to do good. Okay, be compassionate, be kind, do good. 愿持精戒，愿生我刹, and they will want to come to my land. Okay, 命中不服更善恶道. When it's time for them to expire, okay, this lifetime expires, they will not fall into the 3 lower realms of existence. 既生我国，若不尔者，不取正觉. Okay, if they desire to come to my Buddha land, and if they are not able to do it, I will not become a Buddha. Okay, so when we look at this, this is the 21st vow. Okay, 悔过的圣愿. That means if you repent, okay, in other religion, there is always the confession stand, right? When you confess, a lot of people, they are very fun. The word sorry used to be the hardest word, right? Because in the past, when people say sorry, okay, they really mean it. When they say sorry and they really mean it, that means the next time they will not do it again. It can be a mistake. Okay, they say sorry, they won't do it again. But these days, the word sorry is very easily used. And people, when they say sorry, they don't mean it, right? When they say sorry, it's like, well, I can just apologize. And then I do it again, then I apologize again. It's like, how they say that some bad relationships, okay, one spouse cheats on another, and then after the cheater is being caught, he says sorry, or she says sorry, and then after that, the other party decides to give another chance, and after a while, it happens again, like a serial adulterer, somebody who just continues to do the wrong things, do the bad things, right? And so, it turns out that these days the word sorry is often misused and too easily used. They don't mean it. Okay, people don't mean it when they say sorry these days. They still repeat whatever that they have done, the wrong that they have done, they still just repeat it, regardless of how many sorries and apologies that they have made. Okay, some may need to do it so many times, right, before they even think of true repent. Okay, before they really realize that they are wrong. A lot of people don't realize that they are wrong, especially now in the commercial front. Okay, at work, a lot of people, even if they do wrong, they don't think that they are wrong. Okay, they will just think that this is how it is. Politics at work, it is always like that. Okay, this is just a tactic of survival, a tactic for something to reach an objective. But these tactics, okay, if you have to remember, if something is meant to be yours, if a position even at work, okay, not just a possession, not just a material possession, if a position is meant to be yours, regardless of what you do or what you don't do, you can still get that position. Okay, you don't need to resort to dirty tactics. In fact, if you were to look at all this money and stuff, right, a lot of people, right, a lot of people, they are able to cheat, to lie, to scam, just to get money, right? But in actual fact, if they do not cheat, they do not lie, they do not scam, that money comes to them, okay, in due time, okay? Maybe not immediate, but in due time. If that money does not belong to you, and that money has never meant to belong to you, even if you do whatever you can, okay, and you got it, you will lose it, right? You will still lose it, okay? Some, each of us, okay, not just some, like each of us, we are born with a particular um, destiny, okay? The destiny is such that you will, within this lifetime, you're entitled to this much money, okay? So no matter what you do, if you're entitled to it, you will get it. Okay, you see some people, they don't work. They don't really, they don't really have a great job that pays them like 5 figures or 6 figures. But they have the luck to just go and buy, okay, alright, those big lotteries maybe rarely, once in a while. But sometimes you see those who gamble, the small gambles, they will just win something. Their salary is low, but they do get money from elsewhere. Okay, like if you are destined, okay, to get that much money, but your this main job is not giving you that kind of money, you will be able to supplement it elsewhere. Okay, some people, they work on 2 jobs, so they have that kind of money. But there are some people who are not meant to have that kind of money, and they work very hard, doing all kinds of things. But the moment they get that money, the money will be lost almost immediately. Okay, easily lost. Okay, the money that they get can be easily lost. Lost to illness, lost to scams, lost to all kinds of things. Okay, if you have to look at all the scammers situation now, the ones that are being scammed, I won't talk about them, but I talk about the scammers. Okay, the scammers, they have that kind of money, the treasury within the destiny, to be able to scam another person. And this other person is meant to be scammed. Okay, I know this sounds very bad. I know this sounds very harsh. But if this person is meant to be scammed because in a past lifetime, this person has scammed this scammer before, okay, or he has done something to un dishonestly taken the money from the scammer. Okay, so this lifetime, the scammer becomes a scammer just to get back their money. So there are a lot of instances going on this way. Because if we were to look back at the history of men, the incidences of greedy businesses taking money, okay, is a lot, right? I know this doesn't sound right or nice, okay? Of course, I would encourage that scammers be put in jail, that the victims be compensated. But there are a lot of times, okay, when you look at the entire thing, if you have not done it yourself in your past lifetime, it will not happen to you. So whatever that is considered bad that has happened within this lifetime, accept it with grace. Okay? Accept it with grace. Like for example, if let's say you have that sort of money, okay, and it is meant to be lost, right? It is meant to be lost. There are destinies like this. You get that money and it's meant to be lost because of past karma. If that money is meant to be lost, what will you choose? One, lose it due to illness or lose it due to a scam. I know if you lose it due to a scam, it's very painful. But what if you lose it due to illness? Okay, what if you were to look at, I gave an example earlier of a developer. Okay, he had all the while he has been doing really good development projects. Okay, he has been earning. His father taught him how to earn money properly. Okay, they have been doing some family businesses and it was not bad. Okay, but after that, when his father was no longer here, okay, his grandpa was no longer here, but when it reached him, he had unlawfully, okay, illegally, and with uh, some scheme, he had taken a unlawful profit. Okay, he has taken unlawful profit, and in the entire process, he was also lying to other people. Okay, how was this conducted? What he did was in public. Okay, in public, he seemed to have donated to a good cause, to an NGO. Okay, but in the turn of events, the NGO in another within its own operations, okay, has also engaged in the purchase of something, okay, of a building that this developer has created, has built, and couldn't sell. Okay, if the building couldn't sell, that means he is probably, maybe he doesn't even operate at a loss because the family business has been a long time. So this NGO instead used the money that he donated and other donors donated to buy back the building that could not be sold. And now the burden is on the NGO. Okay, so the un I would say that it is unlawful because it has gone through all the legal procedures and everything. But the way that it is done with intention, okay? When we talk about karma, it is not even about the law anymore. It is about the intention, okay? The intent that caused either a good karma, which becomes a merit, or a bad karma, which is a sin. Okay, so this intention of taking not only his portion, his share of the donation, because that NGO has other donors as well. So when he does that, the accumulation of it, he is also taking other donors' money and channeling it back into his own pocket. Okay, this is the taking of money un, immorally. Okay, unlawful in terms of karma. Taking it back and put it into his pocket, including those that other donors have donated. Okay, this act itself is considered a bad karma. Okay, so while he is able to gain all that, during his later years, okay, he suddenly got ill, and the illness is spending his money, a lot of it, right? And through illness as well, he is unable to walk. Okay, he was unable to speak clearly. He was unable to function without the help of another person. Okay, so do you really want to get all these ill-gotten gains, right? So some people, right, through all these commercial things, okay, they scheme and they think that it is the right thing to do, especially in this modern world. Okay, it is all about tactics, it's all about strategies, right? But strategies, you can do it in a good way or you can do it in a bad way. If your property is not selling, then devise some branding, devise some marketing, create some noise in the market. Okay, try to sell it to other people who really need it, right? Not going through some channels like that. So this illness could have been avoided if he did not create the bad karma like that. Okay, give me a minute, please. Sorry, got interrupted. Well, okay, let's continue with it. So, when we look at all these things, do you want to get ill because of your strategy, because of your so-called tactics? right? So it is not worth it. Actually, it is not worth it. If you're meant to have that kind of money, you're meant to have that kind of money. If you're meant to have a loss in your business, then you're meant to have a loss in your business. Okay? You don't scheme that way. You don't treat other people as if, you know. Recently, I've been approached by somebody on TikTok. Okay? He says that he has white money. Okay? And he says that the white money will appear if I were to give consent for it to appear and be sent to me. Yeah, I told him, no, I don't want that kind of money. Okay? They said, no, don't worry about it. It won't harm anybody. So I told him, every single dollar bill has a serial number. Okay? If the money comes to me, that means it is being derived from someone else's pocket, someone else's account. So I don't want it. It can be tracked. And of course, I don't know what the source of money is. I don't even know if that one is actually a scam account or something, right? But it's not right. Okay? Don't go after ill-gotten gains. Okay? Don't even think about it. If you're meant to have it, you're meant to have it. Okay? I'm just saying that. So, back to the topic about repent. Okay? Some people, they know the mistakes, but they don't repent. They don't even regret the mistakes. Okay? To them, they think that it's just how the world is, how life is. But there are a lot of times you have to remember the law of karma is the only real thing in this world. Okay? The law of cause and effect. Okay? Throughout my entire talk about the Infant Sutra or even the Scenes talk, right? It is all about the law of cause and effect, the only real thing in this world. Okay, the other things are all fake, all illusions, all are deluded. One is deluded. Okay, all of us think that. Okay, when you hold this mouse, for example, and this mouse follows your functioning, you'll think that this mouse is real, but actually this mouse is not real. Even the laptop is not real, your mobile phone is not real, even your existence and my existence are not real. Okay, this physical body is just a manifestation based on my past karma. Okay, my past karma can be my past lifetime karma or the past karma that I have accumulated since day one that I came out to this world until today. Therefore, if you want to look good, you accumulate good karma. If you do all sorts of bad things, you go for plastic surgeries. But it will still not help. Okay, even if you have done plastic surgery, your smile, your gesture, your expression, everything will show if you're a good person or you're a bad person. Okay, so if you repent, okay, when we talk about repent, we're talking about saying sorry, being really apologetic, and promising never to do it again. Okay, like for example, if in the past you have been a drinker or a gambler, okay, and then you have caused anguish and pain to your family, and one day you say, I'm really sorry, I will not continue with my drinking again, or I will not gamble again. Okay, this seems like a promise, right? And if you really no more gambling and no more drinking, that is true repent. Okay, but if you just say, I'm sorry, this will be my last time, this will be my last time, and every single time you say the same thing, I'm sorry, this will be my last time. Okay, that is not true repent, and it won't fare well with you. Okay, if you're an alcoholic, you drink, you beat people, you hurt others, other people are meant to leave you. Okay, they're bound to leave you. That is the law of cause and effect. If they leave you, and you can just go ahead and rot yourself away, but you don't do justice to your parents who gave life to you. Okay, so you still go to hell. Okay, it's not that you're all alone. Of course, you bear the consequences alone, but it is a heavier penalty. Okay, but if let's say you are a drug addict, okay, and then each time you just beat up other people to get money from them, you steal from your family, you beat your parents, or you beat whoever, your spouse or whatever, just to snatch the money away from them, or you go out and become snatched, etc. Okay, so you keep saying sorry, you keep asking for forgiveness, you keep saying that it will be the last time, but eventually you still come back again, again and again and again. What does that mean? It means that you're not really that sorry. You're only paying lip service. What are the consequences? You lose the people around you, and you lose your own health. Even if you have a bright future ahead of you, you lose your health, you lose your life, you lose your time. Nobody has a grasp of time. Time is a concept, yes, and time is always moving. In reality, time does not exist, but you have not yet reached that stage where time is not going to affect you. The Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas, they can, but you cannot. So time will continue. You waste your entire life away. And after this lifetime, you end, okay, your body extinguished, you end up in the ghost room, you end up in hell. What's the point? Why do you waste your life away, right? When you could have had the opportunity to be like, okay, I'm really sorry. I promise I will never touch drugs again, right? And then when you say that you don't touch again, you really don't touch again, what happens to you? Your life starts turning around. It's difficult at first, okay, because you have to wean off. Some more interruptions, sorry. So that means you are not only turning over yourself, you are healing yourself, right? And at the same time, you're also setting an example to the society. People will look up to you. Hey, you changed, you turn over a new leaf. And then you find that people around you are treating you better. Okay, so this is, of course, I'm giving extreme cases. I don't know. I doubt that any addicts will actually be watching a Dharma video. Okay, but who knows? It might happen, you know. So I'm talking about repent. Repent from what kind of things? The simplest, okay, the simplest. Five, the five precepts. No killing, no stealing, no uh, sexual misconduct, no lying, no liquor, no intoxicants. Okay, not just liquor, it's intoxicants, including drugs and whatever that can cause your thinking to be dull or your thinking to be okay. So no killing. If you say that, I'm sorry, I promise that I won't kill anymore. It's like if you are, some people they challenge, they say that it's my livelihood that I'm a butcher. Mhm. But since you can sell meat as a butcher, why can't you sell vegetables? Okay, why can't you sell something else? You know how to trade, you know how to sell, right? It does not mean that you need to kill, okay? And then there are also those who are, um, you know, stealing. Of course, some people they'll say they have no choice but to steal to get alive. I understand the feeling of not being able to find a job, but there are those who look for a job, but they're not really looking for a job. Okay, they want a job that pays them well, that they don't need to do anything. Okay, and then once they get a job, instead of working hard on the job, they steal the employer's money. Okay, so what's the point, right? I know life is hard. Life is really hard. But if you trust in the universe, okay, even during your hardest times, if you trust, you will not do anything to break the precept, even in your hardest times. You will notice there are Buddhas and Bodhisattvas who are around you and helping you along the way, giving you opportunities, right? To make things that are best suited to you. Like me, for example, I lost my job. So it does not really matter. Okay, along the way, of course, people will say that, yeah, a lot of people left because they think that, oh, Angelina is no longer somebody with a great job, blah 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 blah. Okay, she has no position. This she does not even belong to any single company. Blah 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 blah. So, but along the way, one thing, I healed myself, right? I now have sufficient rest. I can enjoy the company of my dogs. I can do all these things to Dharma talks, right? Doing the Dharma talk is something that I've always wanted to continue on and on. That's why you see my YouTube channel. I have a lot of Dharma talks, but I can abandon other things, but I won't abandon Dharma talks. It is that one thing that I really want to do in life. Okay, so I have all the time to do my Dharma talk. Am I famished? Am I getting into financial trouble? No, not at all. Because I leave it to the guardians. I leave it to the universe. I leave it to the Buddha and the Bodhisattva. I leave it to Amitabha to arrange my life for me. They know that I have financial restraints now. Okay, I already said I can't do anything beyond giving Dharma talks. Okay, because I don't have an income, I cannot do charity. They will find a way to channel income to me. Legal income. Okay, valid income. I'm not cheating any other people. I'm not stealing from anybody. Okay, so they will find a way to channel income to me based on what I am due to have. Okay, and then no sexual misconduct, right? Nowadays you look at all the entertainment, right? So pornography is very rampant. Okay, and people are actually having casual sex as if it's nothing, right? In the past, when they have casual sex, there is also AIDS. People are no longer afraid of AIDS. Okay, there can be hepatitis transmission. People are also not afraid of hepatitis. They are not even thinking about all the STDs and everything. They think that they have protection. Okay, so all these things, they are indirectly, okay, when you continue with it, they're indirectly destroying your life, destroying your health, destroying your entire social circle. Because the more you indulge in them, the more you will think that the people around you are that way. Okay, this is how your karma attracts those of the same karma to you. But if you maintain, you abstain from all the bad stuff, okay, you just start developing within yourself. For a while, you will need time to develop because your karmic energies have always been the other way. So now you have to divert it into this way, right? So it will take time for your karma to build into that solidness, into that sort of positive foundation, into a automatic merit generation. Okay, so you have to start building it that way. I don't care where you are, you start right now. Okay, anytime is a good time. Okay, not wait until the end of life, then only you repent. And for those who hears the name of Amitabha Buddha, okay, they repent, and in fact they dedicate all merits to be reborn in Western Pure Land, in Amitabha's Pure Land. Okay, Amitabha's Pure Land, the moment they hear his name they feel joy and they want to go there because you know the benefits, all the beauties of everything. There is no lower realms of existence in Pure Land, in Amitabha's Pure Land. So that's why, regardless, Amitabha's Pure Land Buddhism is the only Buddhism sect that allows you to bring your past karma in. Okay, other sects of Buddhism, other Buddha worlds, it starts with that five kalpas. Okay, five 5 aeons of the accumulation of practice from a bodhisattva to become a Buddha. Okay, that what takes a long time, and when you want to become a Buddha in those according to those teachings, you need to eliminate all your bad karma. But Amitabha's Pure Land allows you to have carry on of your bad karma, but you have to stop at the moment when you hear him and you repent and you vow not to do that again, not to do whatever that you did again. Okay, and from that point onwards, you don't accumulate new bad karma, and you chant with all the merits that you have. You dedicate yourself to go to Pure Land, to go to Amitabha's Pure Land. That is how it works. Okay, so 30 minutes already for this vow number 21. So in next chapter, we will continue with 22. Alright, so I'll see you again. So chant Amituofo again. Amituofo.